Welcome back to Hub Recaps. Today I will show you the American thriller horror film 2019, titled Sea Fever. Spoilers ahead, watch out and take care. A girl named Siobhan is seen at the start of the movie. She was the student of biology, and she was researching about the deep sea and its creatures. Next day, there is employee's office party, in which she was not interested at all. But she is damn serious with her work, that she arranges a fishing trawler for a week. And there are 6 members in team with her, including a fish captain, his wife, Freya, ship engineer, Omid, and it will be known further about others. Now they get ready to set off their voyage. Now, Omid, another ship engineer is seen, who were inspecting the ship engine. Meanwhile, ship's captain has also arrived here. Then they both ask them to clear the previous payment. Then that captain gives his words to return the money. It is known here that captain has a dire need of money. But he has no money. Anyhow, they set off their voyage. Now there were only 4 beds there for the number of people. Then Siobhan's friend tells that they are going to sleep in 3 groups in this ship. Each person will get only 2 hours for sleeping. Hearing it, Siobhan gets worried, because they can fall ill because of this short sleep. But they have no other way except it. After this, Captain and his wife, Freya, are seen, who were planning for the next step of their trip. And they come to know that their ship is going to cross from the exclusion zone. That area is forbidden for everyone. But they hide this fact from others for their profit. But Siobhan went for sleep after the dinner. She was not feeling need to sleep, so she moves to the top of the roof, where she faces Freya, where she tells about the fact of sea, observing the waves of the sea. She tells she was in the same ship with her friend on a day. Then that girl's companion met his end in the sea. Due to this, that girl was so grieved. After this, that girl entrusted herself to the sea. In the same way, she lives in the sea for forever. In fact, the shining water of this sea is actually the hair of that girl. In the same way, their first night is passed. Next morning, it is seen that they observe a few whales near their ship. Seeing them, Siobhan is left astonished, because whales like to live alone nor in the surroundings of the ship. There is a noise. Then they come to know that they have discovered many whales at a distance of 1 mile. Suddenly, their boat is caught in an object. Omid begins to check immediately while moving to engine room, and he gets blue and green colored material. Then, Siobhan takes its sample, reaching there. After this, Freya goes for checking the map. She knows that they have arrived at exclusion zone where everyone is forbidden to arrive. And it was the cause that they were able to see the whale here. Now Captain asks Siobhan to check, moving into the water. Because she is only one who has a diving suit, so she may check in which object that the ship has caught. Now, Siobhan moves into the water while wearing her suit. Then she notices a glittering tentacles there, from which one tentacle attacks her at first sight. But she immediately returns to the ship after being escaped. And she tells that I have seen glittering creature there. And it has many and big tentacles. And it has stuck with the ship's outer layer. Knowing it, Captain calls that creature the species of the giant octopus. And he also plans to catch it. He throws a big net into the water. But that creature remains unsuccessful to move upside because it was heaviest. Then Siobhan's friend's hand is caught in the rope lever. Due to this, his hand is severely injured. At the same time, Siobhan discovers the same material near his dropped blood. Now they had entrapped in this exclusion zone now. They had no any way to return. Their radio had also become out of order for asking help. And their meal was almost going to end. At first sight, all are scared. Then, Siobhan observes another ship at a little distance. Seeing it, all team members are relaxed, because someone had reached there to rescue them. Now they move to that ship optimistically in search of the radio and the meal with the help of their boat. After a time, when they reach there, they check as there is no one in this ship. This ship radio was already out of order. They discover a few dead bodies when they move to the basement of the ship, which were eyeless. It means that their eyes had disappeared. Captain reveals, observing them, they had perhaps fell in sea fever. And he forbids Siobhan to reveal this fact before others. It means he forbids to reveal about the condition of this ship. After this, they notice that glittering creature has left their ship as they come back to their boat. So they feel little contentment. And they direct themselves ahead to their destination. They do not return yet but enter the exclusion zone deeply. Going at a distance, Captain says to his wife, Freya, to catch the fish. Then, Freya forbids them, saying, that creature may follow us if we do this. And it can attack us once again. Then Captain says to her, our house and ship will be lost if we do not catch the number of fish. Actually, they have a dire need of money. It was the cause that Captain had sailed this ship to the exclusion zone willingly. Because no one visits here, so many fish may be present here. They can earn a lot of money while selling them. Later, Freya throws the net. Consequently, many fish are caught by her. Then, Siobhan and her friend are talking with each other at night. Then other ship engineer also takes them to dinner. Reaching there, Siobhan's friend condition is going to be worsened after the dinner, and he begins to move into the sea for swimming. But Siobhan and an old lady in the ship forbid him of doing so. Then, Siobhan requests her friend to check her hand, but he rejects straightforwardly. His eyes begin to ache all of a sudden. Then, Siobhan notices a strange thing in his eyes. But Captain finds nothing in his eyes as the captain examines his eyes. So they ignore it, calling it his hallucination. After this, ship engineer moves to the lavatory for taking bath. On the other side, Siobhan's friend is very worried because of his eyes. So he goes to wash them. Suddenly, he begins to view the blurred things. At the first sight, his eyes are completely exploded badly. As a result, he meets his end instantly. Seeing it, all are panicked. Then, Siobhan tells them that the material is actually a parasite, which has penetrated in the water of ship. Then they remember that ship engineer is still taking bath, so these people go to stop them. But he ignores their advice, taking their words as fun. And the water stops flowing from the shower while observing. Then the same parasite attacks him, coming out of the shower. Consequently, that ship engineer is badly wounded. Then, Siobhan tells her team members about the reality and the condition of other ship. Afterwards, Captain asks Omid and Siobhan to check the water of ship after each 2 hours. Later, Omid and Siobhan check the water filter. Then they come to know those parasites have damaged all those water filters. At the first sight, next morning arrives. Then they perform the funeral ceremony of Siobhan's friend. After it, Siobhan again views the same parasite on the ship. So taking it, she moves to check its sample through the microscope. Then she comes to know this material is the bacteria of whale. Eggs have started to develop in it. Siobhan gets upset due to this fact. Then, Siobhan and Omid try to end those eggs using UV light. But they remain unsuccessful in it. At the same time, Siobhan hits upon a plan. She says if they release the electric current near the ship, then that parasite will be ended. But Freya forbids her clearly of doing so, because this ship belonged to her. Doing so, there will be a great loss, and engine will also be damaged. But they had no other way now, so Freya agrees. On the other side, it is noticed that ship engineer's condition is going to worsen. After this, Siobhan and Omid release the electric current in the ship's surroundings. Afterwards, Siobhan asks them to stop the ship, if there will be the infection in this ship, because the infection may infect the people moving to the bank of the sea. As a result, the situation will be critical. But Freya clearly forbids to stop the ship. After this, that old lady is seen, who begins to cry while witnessing the condition of ship engineer. After some times, that ship engineer also becomes the victim. They had known here that it is not easy way task to avoid this infection. Then that ship engineer's funeral is performed. Siobhan warns everyone after this saying, it will be best to not move to the bank of sea. And they will have to remain isolated in this ship from the population for 36 hours. But no one agrees with Siobhan. So she damages the ship propeller with the help of a cord. Noticing it, all people are flown into rage. And that old lady punches Siobhan. Later, Siobhan convinces them to stop in the ship. She asks everyone to check the infection. And it is revealed after checking their eyes one by one, that no one is infected. It means that all are healthy. But they know that Captain's eyes have still not checked. So his wife, Freya, herself examines his eyes. He starts forbidding. In spite of it, his wife, Freya, examines his eyes. She is left shocked while checking that Captain is infected in reality. So they all are feared. After this, Captain reveals the reality of Exclusion Zone to all. That we are still in that zone and I had kept it secret from all of you. Because I had to earn the money after catching the fish. So that old lady and Omid begin to get furious because of this fact. After this, they all begin to move to the top of the ship. Suddenly, that old lady tries to kill Siobhan while catching her in the stairs. Then, Siobhan understands this old lady has also been infected. So she pushes that old lady from the stairs. So that old lady is died instantly because of falling from the height. On the other side, Freya and Captain were passing their last moments with each other. After this, that Captain is also died. Now, Freya alone decides to move, taking the boat. Then, Omid foretells her that she cannot stay alone in the boat for the next 36 hours. Because it will be dangerous for her. But Freya does not give her ears to him and she leaves the place alone. Now, Siobhan and Omid had only left in the ship. Now they plan to end the parasite. They move to the water tank of the ship. and they try to heat it up through fire so that they may end the parasites. As they open the tank, then they observe that small eggs of whale have transformed into the big creatures, which try to attack Omid. They move into the sea all of a sudden. But the thoughtful thing was this, that there was not any way to move into the sea through the tank. So they both also understand, these parasites have actually eaten the floor of this ship. This is the cause that they directly moved to the sea. Now the ship was nearly to sink. Now they try to give the signal after igniting the fire in the ship at night. Afterwards, they move to the sea in a small boat, wearing the rescue suit. They encounter a ship at a little distance. So they were moving towards it now. Suddenly, Omid is fallen into the water. Siobhan jumps into water because he did not know how to swim. She succeeds to rescue Omid here, but that glittering creature infects her while biting on her hand. Now they both had survived, but Siobhan was infected now. So, Siobhan jumps into the water again, sacrificing herself, and she goes to that glittering creature. It was only Omid who had rescued from this terrible bout. So he also starts to wait for help by anyone. And the movie completes on this scene. Thanks for watching.